Welcome to the It's in Queens podcast. I'm your host, Jeff Simmons, and you're listening to the only podcast dedicated entirely to the world's borough, a place overflowing with culture and creativity and, of course, community. This show is brought to you each week thanks to the Queens Economic Development Corporation and the Queens Tourism Council. They're both committed to spotlighting the people and places that make this borough such a remarkable destination. As we head into the holidays and the final stretch of 2025, I've been thinking a lot about one thing Queens does better than anywhere else: food. You can walk a few blocks in almost any neighborhood and encounter flavors from around the world, from beloved mom and pop spots to celebrated restaurants that continue to earn recognition and inspire loyal followers. Queens' dining scene really, truly reflects the diversity and heart of our communities. And recently, one restaurant was brought to my attention, one that I am definitely planning to visit in the new year after traveling to see my family for the holidays. It sounds absolutely wonderful. It's called Il Gigante over in Ridgewood, and it was just included in the Michelin Guide. After seeing all the buzz, including a beautiful recent spread on Instagram, I knew I had to learn more. So I connected with Jacopo Maffei, one of the co-owners, and he's my final interview of this calendar year. Jacopo Maffei, welcome to the It's in Queens podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. It's great to talk with you. Congratulations. Il Gigante was just included in the Michelin Guide. How did you learn this news, and what does that recognition mean for you in the restaurant and your team?
Well, it's been crazy because we opened like not even a year ago, right? So like that's been like absolutely a surprise, especially because the first contact that they made was 3 months after the opening. So that was really funny because they sent us an email and I was like, must be a joke. And I left that email resting over there for like a week. And then I was like, they just want picture. I'm just going to go for it. And then I sent the picture, and after that, they contact us. And it was great because we weren't expecting it, but it was such an honor for us. And sure enough, at the end of the year, with the nomination came the mention and the guide. So we're very happy about it.
And hopefully it's a positive impact as a result of that. Hopefully you're seeing more reservations and people coming in the door saying, oh, I saw this.
It's been great overall. Like, to be honest with you, we've been busy since almost day one because I think like Ridgewood in general, it's ready, like it's very excited to have like new restaurant in the neighbor. But yeah, the Michelin Guide obviously made us reach even further out, and now we got people coming from Manhattan, coming from outside New York City, which is an honor. Like people made special trip once they land to JFK, instead of going directly to Manhattan to the hotel, they were coming to the place. I was like, oh my God, please. So it was wonderful.
That is great to hear. Wow.
Yeah.
So you're from Prato. Your business partner, Lorenzo,
Correct.
is from Bologna. Explain a little how memories of growing up there and the food that you had shaped the food you serve now.
Yeah. So we got lucky to meet each other, me and Lorenzo, because we're very close, right? Florence and Bologna are neighbor. We share the mountain in between, and culinary and culturally we are very similar. So things came a little bit naturally for us from the memories from when we were very young. Like we were like little kids in the 80s, we were like teenagers in the 90s, and we always have these memories of like this big family gathering in these trattorias with this the big like loud owner of the trattoria taking care of us, and all this food and beautiful pieces of vintage on the walls, and and Il Gigante wants to be a little bit there, like there's trattorias, honest, that like brings out the food as it used to be, this like cucina povera, like the peasant cuisine, like that we have in this area, with meat and like big plates. And, also like the memories of when you're younger are usually the best one in your life. So that's what we wanted to bring here in New York a little bit.
And Ridgewood, I mean, it has a very vibrant dining scene. What drew you to open up the restaurant there? How has the community embraced the restaurant?
So for us in particular, it wasn't nothing about like market study or anything. Or Lorenzo has been living in Ridgewood for a little bit more than 10 years. He bought a place here, like he moved from Williamsburg, he moved here like 10 years ago. So Lorenzo knew that there was this trend going in Ridgewood. And now I also know from the old school people from Ridgewood, the new school people from Ridgewood, that everything, most of it happened a lot during pandemic. People were looking for like bigger space, young family come moving in. So it has become this vibrant place in the last 5 years. And Lorenzo was like, Jacopo, we have to do it here. Give me all your money. I was like, Ridgewood? No way. And then thankfully I listened to him, and I came here, and now I am also a resident of Ridgewood.
So really the choice was based on so you could both walk to work.
basically, but also, Ridgewood is still this untouched territory, still not as pricey as other places. And for us, it was very important because we wanted to offer a trattoria fare. Like we don't want to sell lasagna for $45. We want to be the place. We want to be the place that you can come a couple of times a week, 3 times a week, and be like your extended kitchen where you don't feel like cooking. Just like a trattoria is supposed to be, right?
It's like a neighborhood place that on a Friday night. You know what? I want to go somewhere nice where I'm going to have a nice, warm, cozy atmosphere and a great meal.
That's right. That was the base. Not on Friday only, on Monday as well.
For me, it's always Fridays. I'm always burnt out by the end of the week. I just want a nice, comfortable. And usually the restaurant I go to near me, we talk about politics the whole time too. So I enjoy that.
No. Here we talk about soccer. But not now, because my team is doing poorly, so I don't want to talk about soccer.
Okay, we'll skip that. But let's talk about the menu, because I want people who are listening to know some of the the great Italian dishes from Central Italy that you serve. So talk a little about some of the favorite meals that you have, the most popular meals. I want people to really salivate when they listen to this interview.
Well, it's all about simplicity, and it's all about being straightforward, which is a little bit like the culinary style that we have, in our regions. One of the best dishes is the gramigna with pork, which is like this like earthy, curly pasta, big portion with a lot of meat on top and sauce. That's one of our specialties. The pork Bolognese style, which is what's the difference between that one and the Milanese style. The pork Milanese is the breaded pork that everybody knows. In Bologna, we're not satisfied with that, so they put on top prosciutto di Parma and then melt on top Parmesan cheese. So we have this big chunk of meat with all this prosciutto on top and the cheese on top, and it's a huge portion as well. So I would suggest that to be shared. And then we have a nice appetizer, which is this sausage with uccelletto beans, which is proper from Prato. This a little bit more niche, but people really loved it, and it's one of the best selling over here. So these three, and obviously, pasta. That's what we do here. We have a pasta lab downstairs. So everything that is proper from Bologna, the tagliatelle, the pappardelle with Bolognese sauce, all the way down to something that maybe is a little bit out of our region. The pesto, which is a classic. Pasta.
And for anyone, say when I go out, I always have to have an appetizer and I have to have a dessert. Any recommendations for any first-time patrons?
Definitely. Well, we have the Greek calamari that are doing very, very well here. The uccelletto beans with the sausage, that's doing very well. And then to finish, if you're still hungry after the gramigna and the pork, get a tiramisu.
Okay, you had me at tiramisu. You had me at tiramisu. So obviously, I mean, during the pandemic, it was tough to run a restaurant, to run a lot of businesses, and running a restaurant all the time can be very intense. What's something about the day-to-day rhythm of Il Gigante that diners might be surprised to learn?
Well, it is an interesting question. Il Gigante also business-wise is all about simplicity. We are 3 partners. We try to take breaks because like hospitality, like many other businesses in New York, are very active. So we take it slow, and then when the curtain open and the show start at 5 p.m., we have the best version of ourselves ready for the customers. and that's how we roll. Also, it's very hard to surprise a New Yorker nowadays. So simplicity and being constant and be who
And
we
you're
are.
and you're talking about simplicity, but I might as well ask because things, of course, get complicated when people start to grow and evolve. And I'm curious what the future holds for the restaurant.
Well, right now we are very happy to be the neighbor restaurant. Obviously, we are strengthening up the brand of Il Gigante, and if the time comes, we are always able to. We want to also reach out to other neighbor, but for now, we've been open only for a year. We are grounded. We stay in Ridgewood. We love Ridgewood. Our kids go to school in Ridgewood. So Ridgewood is gonna be maybe a bar in Ridgewood. Who knows? Let's see.
Perfect. Perfect. So before I let you go, let our listeners know where they should go if they want to learn more about the restaurant and check out things online. Is there a website? Where should they go to learn more?
Yeah, so it's 2025, so Instagram is probably the best place that you can come and check our dishes visually. We always drop weekly specials on Instagram, so you guys know whatever we're doing weekly basis. We have a website which is ilgigantenyc.com, and also we are on Resi for reservations, so you can find us over there.
Which is very, very important. Jacopo, thank you so much for joining us here in the It's in Queens podcast. It has been 1 year, so we're going to have to check back with you in another year to see how things are going too.
Come and see me before that, and we talk about politics and soccer. How about that?
Wait, before I let you go, which one is a more comfortable topic to talk about at the dinner table, soccer or politics?
Well, even though the Fiorentina, which is my team, is dead last in the table, still soccer is an easier topic to talk about.
Perfect. Oh, I'm in Jackson Heights, so I know whenever there's the games.
Come and see me.
Thanks again.
Very nice to meet you, Jeff. See you soon.
If you're staying in town for the holidays, make a reservation at Il Gigante or take the opportunity to explore any of the countless cuisines across our neighborhoods. In Queens, you really can travel across the world without leaving your neighborhood, if you think about it. And you know someone who rarely, if ever, leaves our borough? Well, I'm talking about Rob Mackay. Rob is with the Queens Economic Development Corporation and Queens Tourism Council. And as always, he knows exactly what's happening across Queens. He joins us again this week with a look at some of the more exciting experiences that you will not want to miss this season.
Hi, Jeff. Something tells me that you already know this, but David Bowie was one hell of an entertainer. As a musician, actor, and video music star, he won 73 major awards over his lifetime and sold almost 40 million albums. But when I think of him, I marvel at all those alter egos that he created. You know, the Ziggy Stardust and the astronaut Major Tom, the Thin White Duke, and all those other guys. Well, the intriguing Englishman, although he died about 10 years ago, we can still enjoy his extraordinary life at Aubergine Cafe in Woodside these days. A local artist who lives in Sunnyside, Gareth Doyle, unveiled his new exhibition, which is entitled Bowie and Friends, this past Friday. It's on view until February 16th. The display features 13, I would describe them as vibrant digital and acrylic paintings of Bowie and some of his friends like Debbie Harry and Johnny Rotten. And they're all for sale with prices running from $75 to $650. I was there Friday and it was fantastic. Plus, Aubergine, which is located at 4922 Skillman Avenue, basically 50th Street and Skillman Avenue in Sunnyside, Woodside at the border, has great food, great sandwiches, great coffee products, great baked goods. So it's a nice place to go, and the exhibition just adds to the experience. All right. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Rob. There's always something new to discover in our borough, and that's only a glimpse of what's coming up. For even more ideas, head right over to itsinqueens.com. That's the go-to place to explore everything happening across Queens. And if you're interested in learning more about business resources or even opportunities for entrepreneurs like you or your family members or friends, well, head right over to queensny.org and sign up for the QEDC newsletter while you're there. When you're out and about, whether you're enjoying a great meal, catching a show, or exploring a neighborhood that you've never visited before, take a few moments and snap some photos. Tag us on Instagram or X with the It's in Queens hashtag. Your photo, your snapshot, could even become our next photo of the week. That wraps up this episode and this year of the It's in Queens podcast. I'm Jeff Simmons, and I want to wish you a happy holiday, a joyful season, and a wonderful start to the new year, and I'll see you in 2026.